It's amazing how quickly season 3 has got up and went. We still got 4 or 5 trips, but we're talking about how we just seem like we got started this spring and now the leaves are turning and cooler weather coming. A little bit of update on 3 years. On the retro, you read the user manuals and they say these aren't made for full-time living. We sat down the other day and added up the number of days that we have been in the unit. It comes out about 3 months worth in 3 years, a month a year. And well, what's happened in 3 months worth? Well, right off the bat, the door closer came loose. That's no big deal. Up on top, had a drip on the bathroom vent. Quick trip up the ladder with some silicone. That was fixed. Next big issue was a plumbing issue. Now, the reason it was a big deal, both PVC fittings had broken, and for me it was just aggravating to work in a confined space. At my age, it gets to be a bit tiring and stressful, but got that fixed. So the only other issue was last time we camped, it was dark. I was retracting the cover there, and I guess I hit it after it already had closed and popped the fuse. Well, never even thought about it. Didn't have any fuses, so I recommend if you're out in an RV, make sure you know where your fuse box is. And now I carry a bunch of 15 amps and a 20 amp. That's all's in there, 120 and the rest were 15. So got that taken care of. But my thoughts are, if all this happened in 3 years, which would have been the equivalent of 3 months worth of full-time living, I can see why a lot of folks say, well, not made for full-time living, and probably these units of lesser cost are that way. But at any rate, even after 3 years, that's not bad. Oh, one other thing. The top of this thing was almost black, and that's from just, I keep it covered in the winter, so that's basically 9 months out of the year, 3 years, it just got black. I got up there with a brush and cleaned it good and got all the black off. So amazing to me how dirty it got just from just sitting out. But that's the only other issue. Not a biggie, it's more for looks than anything, but got the roof cleaned off real good when we got ready to go. But at any rate, winding down season 3, and we'll be out maybe 3 or 4 more times before we cover it up. We have been in a terrible drought this year. Probably the worst since 2007. And guess what's going to happen this week? We got a big hurricane getting ready to hit Florida, and by end of the weekend when we pull out of here, it's going to be coming down in buckets, which is a good thing. I typically unhook, that way we can run and go to town, go wherever we're at, go to restaurants and whatnot, but I left her hooked up, so I figure Saturday, if I got to get out of here, everything's just ready. Just unhook everything and go. Well, alrighty, we are tearing down camp and leaving. We survived the remnants of Hurricane Helene. It rained hard and rained all night, but it was made for good sleeping. Fog's rolled in, and it's just sort of gonna be a dreary day the rest of the week. Alright, I hope you enjoyed it. I guess the main thought for this trip is don't forget your fuse box. Talk to you later.